Alright, back with another bench. What do we got? Resident Evil 5 benchmark's just been released. You can actually run it in DirectX 9 or DirectX 10. Run it in DirectX 10. Capcom, they make the best games. Runs great on stuff. Let's have a look. So what do we got for settings? 1920 1200, full screen, 60 Hz, VSync off, frame rate unlocked, anti-aliasing C16XQ. We might as well run it max just to see how hard we can push it. Motion blur on, we might as well turn it on, who cares. Shadow detail high, texture detail high, overall quality high. Okay, yes, we want to keep the settings. Let's go back. Benchmarks, 2 benchmarks in this test they've released. Got variable benchmark and fixed benchmark. Variable benchmark goes for almost probably 10 minutes. It plays a lot of different sections from a campaign, from single player. So it'll give you a really good idea of what the actual game looks like and will run like. For this test, I just don't have the time on the camera to run a 10-minute video, so we'll run a fixed benchmark, which will run for a few minutes and still give you a good idea of how this game's going to run. So let's fire it up. So, as with all Capcom games, the quality is just unbelievable. I mean, they really take their hands and turn it to like all the details. It's just unbelievable. And all the characters, like, they've got full specular lighting. Look like they've all got full bump mapping on them. It just looks unbelievable. So much detail. Running a new NVIDIA drivers as well, 190.38. So I don't know whether I'm getting better frames per second than before, but they seem to be stable, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, stays around 40 frames per second, so I mean ideally you'd want to get to 60 frames per second, but I am running full. Anti-aliasing as high as it'll go, so I mean that takes a massive performance hit. Overall, I mean 40 frames per second is still playable, still looks awesome. Yeah, 47.6 frames per second, which gives you a B, so I think you'd probably have to get 60 frames per second to get an A. So there is a line there, you can see across there. It actually is pretty much, well, where they want you to be at. They want you to be at 60 frames per second, but I mean, you either want it to be smooth or you want it to look unbelievable, so it's a bit of a trade-off. Anyway, that's Resident Evil 5 benchmark. Later.